You're not failing because you're not smart enough. You are not falling behind because you lack talent. You are failing because your attention is scattered, and today, we are going to learn how to fix that. Most people think frustration comes from a lack of skill or opportunity. They look at their goals, starting a business, getting a promotion, finishing a degree, and feel a growing gap between where they are and where they want to be. And that gap feels like a personal failing. But the truth? That gap is created by a lack of focus. It's the silent thief of dreams. In this video, we'll uncover how to rebuild your attention from the ground up, control your mind, and finally take back your future. Welcome to Book Bite USA. If you're between 20 and 30, chasing big goals but constantly fighting a war against digital distractions, mental fog, and a frustrating lack of clarity, this channel is for you. And today, we are diving deep into Focus by Daniel Goleman, a groundbreaking book that reveals why your attention is the single most valuable asset you have in today's noisy world, and how mastering it will change absolutely everything. Part 1: Why Focus Matters. Daniel Goleman starts with a statement so powerful it can reframe your entire life. Focus is the hidden driver of excellence. Think about that. It's not just about IQ, the school you went to, or even how many hours you grind. It's about the quality of those hours. It's about where you deliberately place your attention, and more importantly, how long you can keep it there without it fracturing into a million pieces. Imagine two writers, both with a brilliant idea for a novel. The first writer, let's call him Mark, is talented. He sits down to write, but his phone is on the desk. A notification for a text message pings. He answers it. He sees a news alert, opens it. Before he knows it, he's 20 minutes deep into a social media rabbit hole. He writes for 15 minutes, gets distracted for 30. After 3 months, he has 3 beautifully written chapters, and 70 pages of random, disconnected ideas. His masterpiece is a ghost, haunting his computer. The second writer, Sarah, is equally talented. But she understands the enemy. When she sits down to write, her phone goes into another room. She uses an app to block distracting websites. She feels the same urges as Mark, the itch to check email, the pull to see what's happening online, but she treats those urges like clouds passing in the sky. She acknowledges them and returns to the page. She enters a state of deep work. After 3 months, she has a finished first draft. 6 months later, who has a book deal? Who is living their dream? That is the raw, undeniable power of focus. It's a multiplier for your talent. It compounds over time. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere despite being busy, it might not be a capability problem. It's almost certainly an attention problem. Part 2: The 3 types of focus. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Goleman explains that focus isn't just one thing. It's not just about blocking out distractions. It's a complex system with 3 distinct levels. To truly succeed, you need to be strong in all 3. First is inner focus. This is your ability to turn your awareness inward. To understand your own thoughts, your emotions, your gut feelings, and your values. Without inner focus, you are a puppet, and your emotions are pulling the strings. Let me give you a real-world example. Meet Alex. Alex has a huge project due at work, and he keeps procrastinating. He tells himself he's just lazy. He tries using productivity apps, making lists, forcing himself to work. Nothing sticks. But if Alex had inner focus, he'd be able to pause and ask, what am I actually feeling right now? He might realize the emotion isn't laziness. It's a deep, paralyzing anxiety about not being good enough. The procrastination isn't the problem. It's his escape from the anxiety. Inner focus allows you to see the root cause, not just the symptom. You can't fix a problem you don't understand. Second is other focus. This is your ability to connect with the people around you. It's empathy. It's reading social cues, listening deeply, and understanding others' perspectives. Success is rarely a solo mission. It depends on collaboration, leadership, and trust. Consider 2 software engineers, Maria and Ben. Both are brilliant coders. Maria puts her head down and codes. She delivers flawless work, but she's impatient in meetings, she dismisses ideas from junior colleagues, and she never asks her manager about the team's larger goals. Ben is also a great coder, but he pays attention. He listens to his colleagues' struggles and offers help. He takes the time to understand his boss's biggest pressures. A year later, a team lead position opens up. Who do you think they choose? Maria, the brilliant lone wolf, or Ben, the brilliant team player who makes everyone around him better? Other focus is what turns individual talent into leadership. Third is outer focus. This is your big picture thinking. Your ability to see the larger systems at play, the market, the industry, cultural trends, the consequences of your actions down the line. A startup founder who is obsessed with perfecting their product's code, inner focus, and building a great team culture, other focus, will still fail miserably if they ignore the market, outer focus. Think of a company that built the world's best DVD player in 2015. Perfect execution, terrible outer focus. They were solving a problem that no longer existed. Here's the key takeaway. These three are interconnected. A leader with great outer vision but no inner focus will be too emotionally volatile to execute it. A manager with great empathy but no outer focus will lead a happy team right off a cliff. A hard worker with great inner discipline but no other focus will alienate the very people they need to succeed. So I want you to ask yourself right now, honestly, which of these three is your weakest link? Are you blind to yourself, disconnected from others, or unaware of the world around you? That answer is a map to where you need to grow. Part 3: The enemies of focus. If focus is your superpower, then the modern world has built a fortress of kryptonite around you. Goleman identifies the key enemies we have to fight every single day. Enemy number 1: digital distractions. Your phone is not a neutral tool. It has been meticulously engineered by thousands of the world's smartest people to hijack your attention. Every notification, every red dot, every infinite scroll is a variable reward system designed to trigger a dopamine hit in your brain. It's a slot machine in your pocket, promising a tiny, unsatisfying prize to pull you away from the jackpot of deep, meaningful work. Enemy number 2: mind wandering. This is the internal enemy. Scientific studies have shown we spend nearly 47% of our waking hours thinking about something other than what we are currently doing. Almost half of your life is being lived on autopilot. You sit down to read a report for work. You read an entire page, get to the bottom, and have absolutely no idea what you just read. Your eyes moved, but your mind was elsewhere, replaying a conversation from yesterday, worrying about a bill, planning your weekend. That's your life slipping through your fingers, one unfocused moment at a time. Enemy number 3: the myth of multitasking. We've been sold a lie that multitasking is a skill of the efficient. It's not. Neurologically, it's impossible. What you're actually doing is called task switching, and you're doing it very, very badly. Every time you switch, you pay a cognitive tax. It's like trying to have 3 important conversations at once. You end up failing at all 3. It lowers your IQ temporarily, increases stress hormones like cortisol, and leaves you feeling frazzled and unpredictable. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. You can fight back. First, declare war on your environment. Be ruthless. Turn off every single notification on your phone and computer that is not from a human being needing you urgently. When it's time for deep work, put your phone in another room. Create a space that is designed for focus, not distraction. Second, practice single tasking. Embrace the power of doing one thing at a time. The Pomodoro technique is fantastic for this. Set a timer for 25 minutes and commit to a single task. No email, no social media, no quick checks. Just one thing. Then, take a 5-minute break. This isn't just a productivity hack. It's weight training for your attention span. Third, train your attention like a muscle. And the best way to do that is with mindfulness or meditation. Just 5 minutes a day of sitting and focusing on your breath has been scientifically proven to strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus. It's not about emptying your mind. It's about noticing when your mind has wandered, and gently, without judgment, bringing it back. Every time you bring it back, that's one representative for your brain. Part 4: How to build laser focus. Okay, so we've identified the enemies. Now, let's build your arsenal. Goleman gives us a clear roadmap for forging unstoppable, laser-like focus. Strategy number 1: deliberate attention training. As we just mentioned, meditation is a non-negotiable mental workout, but so are other practices. Journaling, for example, forces you to gather your scattered thoughts and put them into a coherent line. Even simple moments of reflection, like taking 60 seconds before a meeting to ask, "What is my single most important goal for this conversation?" trains your brain to be intentional. Strategy number 2: engineer flow state. You know this feeling. It's when you're so absorbed in a task that time itself seems to disappear. Athletes call it the zone. Musicians call it the pocket. You can create this state deliberately. The key is to work on tasks that are right on the edge of your current abilities. Not so easy that you're bored, and not so hard that you're overwhelmed with anxiety. That sweet spot is where peak performance and deep focus live. Strategy number 3: prioritize rest and renewal. Our hustle culture sells the lie that sleep is for the weak. Daniel Goleman, armed with neuroscience, says that's self-sabotage. Your brain physically cleans itself when you sleep. A special system called the glymphatic system flushes out metabolic toxins that build up during the day. Denying yourself sleep is like never taking out the trash in your office. Eventually, it becomes impossible to work. Rest isn't laziness, it's the strategic recharging of your attention. Strategy number 4: find and align with your purpose. This is the ultimate focus tool. Willpower is a finite resource. It runs out. But a powerful why is a renewable source of energy. Why is it easier for a parent to focus on working a second job than it is for a student to focus on a boring textbook? Because the parent's why, providing for their child, is crystal clear and emotionally resonant. When your goal is deeply connected to your values, distractions lose their power. Because nothing feels as good, no cheap dopamine hit can compete with the satisfaction of making progress on something that truly matters to you. The big takeaway here is this: stop trying to fight distractions with willpower alone. It's a losing battle. A better strategy is to build systems. Design your environment, your habits, and your daily routines so that focus becomes the path of least resistance. So let's bring it all together. The frustration you're feeling isn't because you're broken. It's because your most valuable resource, your attention, has been hijacked. You don't need more talent. You don't need more hours in the day. You need more focus. Daniel Goleman's message is both a warning and a source of incredible hope. By mastering your inner world, by connecting deeply with others, and by understanding the larger systems at play, and by training your attention like the muscle it is, you can overcome the frustration, the anxiety, and the constant feeling of being behind. You can finally start closing the gap between the life you have and the life you deserve. Now, I want to make this practical for you, right now. I want you to reflect on this. What is the one area of your life right now that needs the most focus? Is it your studies? Your career? A side hustle? Your health? Be specific. Write it down in the comments below. I want this to be more than just a video you watch. I want it to be the start of a community of accountability. Let's support each other. If you found this summary valuable and you're ready to reclaim your attention, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this video with one person you know who's been struggling with distractions. This is Book Bite USA. And remember, your focus determines your future. Go build it.